So, let's just start this off. So, Sombra basically used to be my favorite character in the game. Even in Overwatch 2. Like, not just Overwatch 1, but even... Well, she's right there. Even in Overwatch 2, right? I've played, like, a ton of Sombra, right? At least relative to my other hours. She used to be, I'm saying this all in past tense, my favorite character and the reason I like the game. And probably, like, to me, the most unique and interesting character. And the reason to play. And now I still think she's quite cool. I like the submachine gun. I still like how Translocator feels. It's just, let's talk about the big issue straight off the bat. Why she's not that fun. It's the fact that she's been really reliant on virus and hack virus and all of that, which I think is a... Probably, like, look, I don't usually flame devs for anything, right? But people, like, will flame them for, like, literally anything. But these Sombra changes are actually bad. Like, the reliance onto hack virus has been absolutely devastating in the fun factor of playing Sombra and playing against Sombra. My god. It's unfun to play into hack virus. Everyone can agree. It's unfun for someone to come, like, pop out, hack, and then virus you and shoot you to death, right? That's just not very fun. But it's sort of been this necessary evil of, like, oh, well, that's how she does damage or whatever, right? But I don't think that is necessarily the case. She's functioned without that for many a time. But it's not even fun to play. Ask any Sombra player. They don't want to be running around invisible and pop out and just virus someone. The character can have more nuance and more fun than that, right? Let's talk about my favorite Sombra, right? My favorite version of Sombra. Legitimately, it is either it's probably first rework in Overwatch 2, right? Or just like the end of Overwatch 1, how she felt then. Something about the place in the Translocator, the setting up engages, was incredible. She was a tickle monster, right? Like, her gun didn't do much damage, which is fine. Now it does a lot more, by the way. I don't know if anyone understands. If you play the classic patch, you'll realize how much her gun just doesn't do damage. Her whole thing was that she would, because she did little damage, but she had all these tools to set up really well-timed engages. Essentially, the way Sombra has always worked, or the way she still works, is that she can't win 1v1s, just straight up. You give her head, like, a full 1v1. I mean, with all the hack virus stuff, she kind of is decent at it now, right? Her whole gimmick has kind of been that she like, has to cheat the fight to win, which I think plays into a hacker fantasy quite well. So what that means is, by being invisible, you're able to see where the enemies are before they know where you are. You're able to see where their supports might be, where their tank might be. You can see if they use a cooldown. You can see if they're low already. And then you also have hack, which means you can cancel out things. So she's not a good 1v1 character. She has to cheat every one of her fights. So if you catch her off guard and then just 1v1 her, you'll probably win. Like, you just will win. Although recently they've given her so much more power into her dueling potential that she kind of can with just a well-placed virus, right? What does this mean? What does this also mean? I don't really have much of a structure to this. I'm just going off of the dome here, right? But because also all the power is in hack and virus, if you play characters that can deny that, so for instance, if you play like Kiri, right? One Kiriko, you've lost, right? Sombra loses all her power. She literally can't play the game anymore because all of her eggs are in the one basket known as the virus basket, right? Like, there's just nothing else. She just doesn't have anything else. They could also play break and they could, you know, protect that someone, you know, pack them, bash you away, stuff like that. Stuff like Cassidy, you can just come out and boop. There's also counterplay to her, right? She is in a very terrible state in the sense of, one, she's actually weak right now. Just like low-key weak right now. But regardless of that, she's in a bad state because her kit is terribly designed. And not in the way that people find annoying. I'm not trying to, like, I'll get to the people like to ban her and not play against her thing. But her kit is unfun to play against and to play with. It's just genuinely terrible. I think the Translocator is good. Like, I like the Translocator, right? I like it. It's fine. I did, generally speaking, prefer the placing it down and setting up approach, but this is more suited towards Overwatch 2. It's more dynamic, it's quicker. I don't know why they nerfed the going in this time. That's just stupid. But yeah. I don't like hack that much. Most people don't. It's almost a necessary evil, the fact that she's the hacker character. But I think there's better ways to do it, right? So, like, look, a kid just needs something that moves her back into the tactical infiltrator, like, she's quite assassiny right now, but I don't think she has to be. I like the assassin stuff, kind of, right? But I think she should be more of that tactical opportunist person. Now, in a perfect game, opportunists would work, but they don't, because you need to be doing stuff. You need to be constantly applying pressure, constantly doing damage, constantly have an impact on the map. Opportunists are just not a thing, because if you wait that long, you'll lose the fight, right? But that's fine. I like the idea, though, that she has to kind of set up and then, like, initiate something. And you won the fight because you understood the map and the matchup and everything better than them. It wasn't just like you hit a shot, you hit a virus, you hit whatever, you tracked well, the person you played against whiffed their shot. It was like you timed that engage so perfectly, right? You set up so well. Like, I loved that feeling, right? And I think it can still exist if she had more to her kit. Now, there are multiple approaches you can do to this. You could remove the hack, like the hack virus combo, whatever the hell, remove virus, and then make her into more of a mobility character, more similar to Tracer, by giving her like another translocator, and either just keep it the same or make the translocator smaller or whatever. That way she can use one in a fight, reposition, shoot. Oh, she's lost, and then she can just try translocate away to escape. But because it's shorter, it's not as disgusting of an escape, right? That puts her more similar to how. What's her name? Tracer works, right? That makes her play a lot more like Tracer, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but also Tracer already exists, and whatever. Yeah. Because the thing is, if you think about Tracer, right? She does good damage. Like, don't worry, get wrong. It's not bad damage. Nowhere near as Sombra, right? You have to like proper one clip someone to just kill them instantly, right? But the reason you're fine is because you can actually stay in the fight and take lots of angles very well, because you have the mobility, you have a recall, you have like, there's a lot of things you can do. You can be anywhere very quickly. That's what makes Tracer work better than Sombra works, because Sombra's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna all in on this guy. All in. It failed, and I'm out, and that person, like, nothing really happened. You don't have to wait for your timing again. We're back. Okay, let's try this again. I didn't work. They got Suzu'd. And then, like, okay, no Suzu. Let's just wait. And go again. Right, it's not that fun of a playstyle. The in and out was very similar to how she played before, though, so I'm not going to say that I hated it, because I played a lot of the in and out, like, hack and hide type of thing, right? So, yeah. What am I saying? So I'm saying either that, you make her into, you know, more mobility, more dynamic, less damage, just more raw, like, good uptime and stuff. And I think you could keep hack. I don't think hack's about. I don't like hack as an ability. I think silences and ability lockouts aren't great for the game. But I think this is not a unhealthy iteration of it. What's unhealthy is the amount virus does if you hack someone, right? That's unhealthy. But the actual just like 1 second or sub 1 second like lockout or cancel is actually okay. And I know it's auto aim, but you do have to be quite close. Like, let's be honest. You do have to be quite close, right? And it's not that hard to break. But I know a lot of low elo players will find it harder to do that, and it would still feel annoying. Removing the annoying can be difficult, but I don't objectively think hack is that bad. You could just, I don't know. You could make it more interesting. Like, you can use your abilities, but like, it messes them up. I don't know. Like, I don't know, some weird thing like that, but I think that's just silly. But yeah, I think you could. What if you made hack like like you put out a little tablet, right, and you choose a target, and like, I don't know, in that moment you can see like cooldowns and their ult charge, like. It sounds stupid, but like, you know, you never know. You press right click and then it like shows everyone's like on a line. It shows everyone's cooldowns and shit. And you can only use it every like 10 seconds or something. Like, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Like, to keep the hacker dynamic, that's hacking. She opens up and she like knows where everyone is and knows what abilities they have. That's hacking. That's kind of cool. Will they ever do that? Probably not. Probably never do that. But I think that could be cool. Anyway. So that's one fantasy I had. And then the other one, this is so bad. This is probably so garbage. But I thought of like, you know how people want to combine virus and hack or whatever, which I also don't think is a great move, because then you put even more into land in that, and then she basically is land virus or leave. So I don't think that's a good idea. But you could add, call me crazy, like a grenade. Okay, oh my god, I sound insane. Okay, so like you throw it's a small grenade, maybe like, how big would it be? Like just a bit bigger than this, right? Maybe a little bigger. And on that floor is like a silence and a slight like damage tick, right? It's just a silence area. If anyone ever played League of Legends, right? Soraka E. Soraka E is what I'm on about, right? It's a little area. If you're in it, you get silenced. And then if you stay in it for too long, for like 3 seconds or whatever, you get rooted. And if in 3 seconds or whatever, maybe you get your, you know, I don't know what happens. Maybe you just take a bit of damage. That's about it. I just think this character's pretty weak right now. And also in a bad state. And she also gets banned a bunch for no reason, just because she's kind of annoying. Even though I think there's more annoying characters. I think genuinely people find her annoying because they, like, she was annoying, and it's more of a cultural thing where people think she's annoying. Because I genuinely believe Sojourn's a more annoying character. I think even Genji is a more annoying character. Tracer can be more annoying. Freya right now. And in low elo, something like a Junkrat or a Bastion or a Ball or a Zara. Like, I don't actually... Like, I get it, but I don't. If you know what I mean.